Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Kathy. We're gonna look at what Eric is saying now about running from Airbnb to Airbnb compared to what he said before, and maybe we're gonna look at a few things. Now I've made a few videos tonight. I'm trying to fight off some mosquitoes and some bugs because I've had the window open all day with no screen on because I'm hoping, I'm worried about my cats and waiting for them to come back. So anyway, yeah, so I got a moth in here and I got some other insects and stuff. They're flying in from everywhere. Kind of like Eric's friends flew in from everywhere. And a tip. If the investigators happen to be listening to this, anybody checking out Eric, I see what you're going to have to want to go ahead and do is probably get a hold of Eric's buddies. Speaking about things flying in, you should fly in his buddy named Mark. I have his last name, but I forgot what it was. He's also known as Douche. He goes by Douche. Fly him from California. He likes free trips, and also get a hold of Dwayne. Wherever he lives, fly him in. They both love to talk, and they will talk your ear off, and they'll fill in some gaps. I'm sure they'll be quite useful. And on top of it, they're going to think that they're helping Eric, but they're going to anyway. You get a lot of information out of those two, so that's what I suggest if anybody's checking into Eric. His buddies like to talk, and they like to fly in from places. But let's go over this whole fiasco because this part here I find is interesting what he's saying now. Now I meant by October 3rd. This was his last recent that I know of because I haven't really checked him out. But on October 3rd, he put this video out, and he now he's telling a much different story about why he ran from Airbnb to Airbnb. And I kind of thought it was weird because, anyway, so now he's saying that he was basically running for his life, comparing himself to Charlie Kirk. And just like crazy, like this doesn't sound like a YouTuber who is doing videos and, trying to fundraise for a house. This just sounds like somebody who's got himself in a whole heap of trouble. And anyway, so let's listen to what he says now, and then we're going to go back and see what he was saying about running from Airbnb. Because if you this might ring a bell that it kind of didn't sound right at the time. But anyway, let's see what he says now. What's the story today, Eric, as of October 3rd?
You have to do that because, listen, there is real life consequences to this. When I was in West Virginia, I'll never forget it. It'll be just like 9/11. Mm-hmm. I know where I was, what I was doing, who I was with when 9/11 happened. I'll never forget where I was and what I was doing when I got news that Charlie Kirk had been shot. I'm up in this strange town in West Virginia where I had gone away from my house and my family for weeks. And now I'm being told that Charlie Kirk has been shot and he was killed. Guys, at this point in time, I had to leave an Airbnb that I was at. One, because it was trash. Yes, I got the video and everything.
One, because it was trashed. But this is before the one that was trashed. Okay, so one is because it was trashed. But there was more than one Airbnb that he ran from. So go ahead.
An Airbnb that I was at. One, because it was trash. Yes, I got the video and everything needs to be shown.
We never saw it.
And it will be gave to the appropriate people, and they'll get it whenever it's needed. There's people that will gladly speak up about it because they had to clean it. They're the ones that made me aware of it. But while I was up there, people found where I was staying at my Airbnb.
And what people, Eric? You never told us about these people. you told us that you left because it had a weird smell and there was some bugs in your beetles in your bed, if I remember. We're going to go over that in a second. But anyway, so people found out where he was at the Airbnb. Now, does not sound like a fundraiser or a YouTuber guy. It sounds like somebody who seems to have gotten himself in some trouble.
But while I was up there, people found where I was staying at my Airbnb. They came and supported me. Eric, we're worried. You're uncovering something that's really big. You had no idea what.
Now, knowing about the copper now, you understand you're uncovering something really big. I mean, maybe it's something else. Did he uncover something else really big? Was there two big things going on in Beckley and Odd, West Virginia during the same exact time? I don't know. Was there something else you're uncovering? I don't know. Anyway, okay, so where I was staying at my Airbnb now, mind you, he had Timmy with him, and I've got some other thoughts on that too. But anyway, so he was staying at my Airbnb. They came, they supported me.
We're worried. You're uncovering something that's really big. You had no idea what you got yourself involved in. But that freaked me out. How did you know where I was?
So people who are supporting you and telling you that you've uncovered something, the Airbnb people, this is what he's saying. I mean, he thought, he had a bond with the Airbnb people, but then they're kind of like saying stuff. Now, we didn't hear about any of this when this was going on. It was all chill, and he was with Timmy, and they're making cupcakes and all this other stuff.
You're uncovering something that's really big. You had no idea what you got yourself involved in. But that freaked me out. How did you know where I was? We went to another Airbnb that was owned by the people that had to clean the Airbnb that got trashed. But they know I took care of the.
And this don't make sense. It's so weird because he says that the people that they were renting the Airbnb are telling them that you've uncovered something really big. Then Eric says, how did they find out where I was? Well, you just said they rented you the Airbnb. And then they gave you another Airbnb and you just got suspicious because they found you there. Well, right. I mean, listen to this.
On that, and it will be given to the appropriate people, and they'll get it whenever it's needed.
And this is why on the interview that Lady K had with Patrick said he had texts. He showed the text where he was trying to get a hold of the people with the Airbnb and asking them, why am I being accused of trashing the Airbnb? And the guy would not answer back. And when asked, are you going to have to pay damages for that trash thing? He kind of blew it off and said, don't worry, we already took care of the guy. So real vague, no pictures ever came or anything like that. But he's saying that he had excuses for going from one place to the next. But like I said, every excuse in the book not to show pictures or not. In my personal opinion, I think that the Airbnb guy got his palms greased, I mean, we saw how quickly he offered the adult protection people lunch and pay their gas and all this. I think he's just rolling in all this cash, and I think he's just greasing everybody's palms just to have them do and what he wants them to do. And so when Eric calls, the guy can't answer. He's already been paid to keep his mouth shut, you know what I mean? But none of this really makes sense. How he's running from these people, but he's not telling us who he's running from. I mean, normally if somebody comes on a YouTube video and say they're being chased by somebody, usually they'll tell us who they're being chased by, but we never get that from Eric ever.
That will gladly speak up about it because they had to clean it. They're the ones that made me aware of it. But while I was up there, people found where I was staying at my Airbnb.
What people?
They came and supported me. Eric, we're worried. You're uncovering something.
They came and supported me. Who came and supported you, Eric? Was it your own friends? They came and supported me. The only people that you said came and supported you was your own friends. So who are these other people who are coming in and support you? If they're not the people that own the Airbnb, who? Who are these people who are coming and supporting you, but telling you you're uncovering stuff? This doesn't make sense.
And supported me. We're worried. You're uncovering something that's really big. You had no idea what you got yourself involved in. But that freaked me out. How did you know where I was? We went to another Airbnb that was owned by the people that had to claim the Airbnb that got trashed. But they know I took care of the people where I was staying. Anyway, I was there at the new Airbnb 10 minutes in the middle of the woods, guys. Out in the middle of nowhere. Before someone found me.
Who? Who is this someone? I mean, it's so weird.
Out in the middle of nowhere.
Middle of nowhere.
Before someone found me.
In the woods.
They came, again, they was there to support. Give me a house, let us take you out to eat.
Again. He says again. Now he's at a new place in the woods. He's only there 10 minutes, and there's more people coming to support him, wanting to bring him out to eat. But they keep finding him. Like, who are these people who keep wanting to bring you out and do nice things, but you're scared of them? This is just in the middle of the woods.
In the middle of nowhere. Someone found me. They came, again, they was there to support. Give me a house, let us take you out to eat. The only thing that was going through my mind is, how did you know where I was? And now I'm in a public place when I find out that Charlie Kirk was shot. My father, that was 31 years old.
Sounds delusional.
Numerous times. I talked to his pastor. He introduced me to his wife.
You know, this sounds like, I'm just not even going to get into that. It just sounds very delusional. But there is some truth to it. And, but who are these people who are finding him, and then they come and support him and want to buy him food and stuff, but then he's scared of them. He goes to another Airbnb. Anyway, let's check this out. Okay, so one of the ones that he's running from, he talked about was, look at that, 101,000 views, and I don't know when I videotaped this, but this was August 31st, as you can see here, streamed live on August 31st, called Live with Timmy. You guys remember this one? This is when they just went to another Airbnb, and then they left another one. He's going to tell you that now, I mean, back then, he's telling us different reasons why he's leaving the Airbnbs, but now, like I said, I got theories about why he's got Timmy. I think he's trying to get Timmy used to being with them. I think he's trying to show the whole world what a good daddy he would be if he brings him home. But sometimes I wonder if he's using him kind of as a shield or something. Because he's getting chased by all these people. You just heard him. Chased from place to place. He's out in the woods 10 minutes, and they found him. They found him, tracked him down, pretending to be nice and supportive, but then they, just bizarre. Like, why would you put Timmy into this situation? If you're being chased by these bad guys, like a James Bond movie or something, it's just so weird. And going place to place, and they're finding you, and why would you drag Timmy into this? And I'm going to show, this is really kind of interesting. Live with Timmy. You know what? I should, hold on a second. Okay, now, before I play anything, do you guys remember this? This was the day before Labor Day. The day before the Labor Day where Larry gets backstabbed by the posting of the gas video. They had to switch Airbnbs like 3 times. That's what he told you. He had to keep switching them. And the guy who ran it, his name was Doug. And I forgot the wife's name, Leila or something. I can't remember. But anyway, here's Doug. And it just is so weird. And, today I was listening to Toddy had a video where she was showing how staged it was when Eric had a video up and he was coaching Timmy what to say and like pretend crying and saying, "I want to take care of you." And Eric has somehow, I believe, has got like puppet strings on everybody. He he used Timmy as a puppet. He used Betty as a puppet. He's used them all as puppets. Even Patrick, he used Patrick as a puppet. But he just pulls the strings on these people. And this is, I believe, it's all staged. Not just the part she was talking about, but ironically enough, I was just looking at the exact same clip as she went over, where he's got the camera set up and he's saying, "Don't worry, don't be afraid," and all this, and it just like just psychologically messing with these people. But anyway, he's got them playing like puppets, and here's the Doug, and here's the guy. I don't know if this is the guy he's talking about, but remember, he came all the way here on a Sunday just to install the TV. And remember, this was August 31st. This was right before. Now, mind you, this is on Sunday the 31st. In the next day is Labor Day, and the day after that, he's bringing Timmy to adult protection to get all the paperwork on him. And by Saturday, he's supposed to take Timmy home. So this is the week he's supposed to take Timmy home, but I don't know, for some reason they got to hook up Wi-Fi and they got to hook up a special TV. And he never did say that it was for free, so Doug must have made out pretty good. Okay, so now actually I want to go to this live stream here. Live with Timmy. Now this was the same day, August 31st. All right, and this is the live with Timmy. And listen to this. He's going to say that the reason he left the Airbnb, this was back then, this is what he told us. Why he had to leave the Airbnb. Now he's telling us that he's being chased from place to place. This exact one he's talking about is where Doug did the TV. Same thing, and he's going one place to the next. All right, let's listen to this.
The Airbnb that I was in was, hey, yeah, you was with Patrick that night, so I had to switch. Okay. Yeah, but you're here now. You want...
And the way he does that, Toddy mentioned this too, the way he does that weird thing we've never seen him do, like, I think he's being coached, and I have a lot of theories that I probably won't go into, but I do think he's being coached. But yeah, he's trying to tell us that he had to leave it for different reasons, but also notice that Timmy can be saying something totally different. We have no idea. And I don't even think Patrick knows what he's saying. But anytime Timmy makes a noise or does anything, Eric speaks for him. "Oh no, Timmy, we don't want to do that. No, we're gonna do that tomorrow." He just, "Oh no. Oh, you want some cake later?" You know what I mean? So I think he's just making up everything. And Timmy's kind of going along with it. But and it's also the BJ thing too. I'll say something quick about the BJ thing. There are clips of him coaching Timmy and saying that BJ's bad, BJ's a bitch, and BJ bad, and all this stuff. We never seen Timmy with his hands behind his back like he's being handcuffed. That was all on Eric. All this is coming from Eric. And but yeah, this stuff about BJ. Now, if you guys, anybody remember recently, I saw a video. I don't know if it was a clip, what it was, but there's somebody else that they call BJ, and it's a man called BJ, and maybe Eric is kind of maybe talking about that person. I'm not sure, but I think somehow he's tricking Timmy into just being coached anyway. But yeah, so he's gonna lie about why they had to leave this Airbnb, and he's filling in all the blanks. And like Eric said, Timmy can't speak. I have to speak for him. I have to be his voice. And yeah, I think he is trying to be his voice, but he's like a ventriloquist. He's making the noise, but Eric's telling you supposedly what he's saying, and I don't think Eric knows himself, so he's gonna make it sound like Timmy's going along with all this, but I don't see it.
Okay. Yeah, but you're here now. You wanted to stay with Patrick, didn't you? You wanted to stay with them. And I took out Ray and Lorraine and Betty. So the Airbnb that we moved to here, guys, the one that I had was less than stellar.
Less than stellar.
I'm not a bougie guy by no means, but
not bougie.
It had been a while since anybody had been in it, and the smell was pretty bad. Found some bugs in my bed, like it was beetles. It wasn't bed bugs, but still not flattering. So I moved, and then the new place we got, Timmy had a TV in that one though. That was the only thing, his bunk bed. The new place that we got, he had his bed in his room, but it didn't have a TV.
More problems.
And you didn't like that it didn't have a TV, did you? You wanted a TV, didn't you? You liked having your own bedroom with a TV? So Timmy was upset. He could care less about how much nicer the place was or that it was less.
Eric could care if the place was nicer, because he's got 5 of his buddies or 4 of his buddies flying in from all over the place.
He just wanted to know, where's my TV? So
watch Timmy. Watch
Doug in the local area.
Doug.
This guy on a Sunday. He is the maintenance guy for the Airbnb. Went and got a brand new TV, guys. Showed up here and installed it in Timmy's bedroom.
Watch TV. Now, if you know body language, he just folded his arms, Timmy did. And what he's going to show you, because remember, Timmy comes from a house with 1 TV on the wall. And I think Timmy's about to point out how ridiculous this is, because he folds his arms like kind of in the defensive mode, as Eric is blaming all this on him. And mind you, his buddies are coming in for the next several days to stay in this 5-bedroom place, all right? So I don't think this is really for him. I don't think it's for Timmy at all. I think it's for his buddies flying in. But anyway, yeah, just put it on the tab. He never said he did it for free. And I showed you the Doug picture. Now, Timmy, I'm pretty sure he points to show you how many TVs we already have. We got the one here behind him. He's got another one in the bedroom. I think that's what he's pointing out. I think Timmy's saying, I don't want a TV. We already have like, I don't know, half a dozen in sight.
Airbnb. Went and got a brand new TV, guys. Showed up here and installed it in Timmy's bedroom. You're
yeah, he's saying we already had 3 of them. Why would we need another one? You see what I mean? I don't know. Eric's doing all the talking, controlling the narrative. And I tell you what, he just lied to us. Because he just told us that he had to go from one to the next because of these beetles in his bed. It smelled because nobody had been there for a while. Yeah.
That's it. He's getting ahead of him. Can you tell him what happened? He put a bedroom in that TV, but what else did he do?
He put a bedroom in that TV. I get it. I get stuff mixed up too, but I thought that was funny. Anyway, what else did he do? Now, let's remind what he just said. He just said that they went place to place. They're getting this fixed up for Eric's friends who's flying in, not for Timmy. And Timmy just tried to spill the beans, but he ain't having it. Now, before I move on, I'm going to show you just an example of what I'm talking about. Timmy will say something, Eric's got no idea what he just said, but he pretends he does. He shakes, oh, yeah, tell him more. And then Timmy will say, yeah, oh, yeah, but no, tell him more than that. Watch this. Watch this act that Eric has here.
And what happened? He put a bedroom in that TV, but what else did he do? Tell him? Yep, tell him some more. Uh-huh. Yep. Tell him some more. You haven't told him everything. Yep. So, what happened, guys, is, Yep.
Do you see what he just did there? Yeah, tell him more. Oh, you didn't tell him at all. All right, Eric. He hasn't, did you see this? What Timmy probably just said is that we're being chased from one Airbnb to another. He's got his friends coming and going. Something's going on. Cops. Oh, speaking of the cops. Hold on a second. Do you guys remember? Now, at the same time, okay? Do you remember that 911 call supposedly that Timmy made? Well, I got questions about that. I mean, have you guys ever wondered? I'm seeing if I have a clip of this, and I think I do. But do you guys remember that weird thing where, Eric gets Timmy that phone? Now, it looked like a flip phone. And then Eric admitted that it never had minutes put on it yet. But anyway, you can still call 911 with it. I personally do not believe that Timmy called 911. He's not like a little child who just grabbed the thing and hit a button. He's had a phone in his house his whole life. All right? They've had a landline. How come he never calls 911 anywhere else? I think, personally, my guess, okay, I'm just saying, throwing this out there, during this same exact time, where they had to go Airbnb, they were being chased. Now Eric's saying they're being chased. Why he drugged Timmy into this? If I'm being chased, the last thing I'm going to do is have Timmy Whitaker with me. If bad guys are after me. And I go somewhere else and the bad guys are after me there. Why would you bring Timmy into that? But anyway, during this exact same time when he's being chased from one place to another, he tells us it's because of beetles and a weird smell. Beetles in the bed and a weird smell. They had to go to another place. And then another place, they didn't have the TV right or something. Just now he's saying that he was hiding and he was going place to place. He was even out in the woods and 10 minutes and they found him. And the police are involved here and there on these stories. Personally, I think the police came to their house. I think the police came to this Airbnb, and I don't think it had anything to do with Timmy calling them. My opinion, I would love to hear that 911 call because I think just in case anybody found out that the police showed up there, he had to have a cover story. That's just my opinion. So on this same weekend this same week or whatever, during the same time, remember the 911 call. And if you ever think back, like I said, I think I got a clip. I'm going to check here in a second. But do you remember when he was blaming Timmy, saying, you were calling 911, weren't you? Tim was saying, no, I wasn't. Do you guys ever remember that? But, and then Timmy's acting all ashamed and stuff, like he's getting blamed for nothing. Anyway, I just thought that was so weird. It just seemed just something off about it. Anyway, so during the same time where he's getting chased from place to place and making excuses for it, he says, so I just got the scare of my life, and I'll share it with you guys. Trying to get ahead of the cart or whatever. Sitting here on the couch, working, trying to get stuff done. Next thing I know, I look in the window, and there's a flashlight going on and off on my head. Why would a flashlight go on and off on your head? I look up and there's a cop staring at me through the window telling me to come to the door. Now, wouldn't a cop just ring the doorbell or something? Anyway, I'm freaking out. Why in the world is the cops here? Now remember, he's been in police contact the whole time. His words. I get to the door and he asks me if there was someone here in this house with the phone number of blank. I said, no, sir, just me. And he said, well, we had several calls to our emergency department tonight, and it's coming from this location. We need to investigate what's going on. Now I'm really freaking out. About that time, I bought Timmy that phone tonight. Like, Timmy's never had a phone, you know what I mean? Timmy had been calling the cops. The cop actually knew Timmy once he came out of his bedroom. I explained the situation. We had a laugh about it, and it was over. But Eric, since the cops were there, you should tell them about all those people that are chasing you. That's what you should do, right? Or wait, or was it about the people that were chasing you? Just saying. But what a way to end the night. I explained to Timmy, I'm going to turn the phone off tonight, and tomorrow I'm going to teach you a little bit more on how to use it. Like he's 3 years old. This is exactly why I had not activated it or put minutes on it yet, and it still allowed him to call 911. Man, I swear, love the little guy to death. But he keeps me on my toes, guys. Eric. I am not buying it. I'm not buying it because, let me see if I had that clip. And what's this sleeping 2 or 3 hours a night?
Well, we got up early in the morning, guys. I've been averaging 2 to 3 hours of sleep every night. Because I can't answer emails to the end of the night. Timmy gets really mad once it gets dark and he sees me on this phone. It's like, turn your butt off and give me attention. Yes. Or, like, nonstop. 911, 911. He's not going to call 911. I can verify this. Yes, it's his way of get off the phone. Your attention, yeah. Or he's
Okay, so he's saying that Timmy's dialing 911 for attention. I mean, listen just how pathetic this is. And I have a clip somewhere. I just looked, and I will find it at some point. But where he's like telling. I remember he was on the deck, and he was accusing Timmy of calling 911, and Timmy looked confused, and then he goes, oh, like, just like, what is going on? Everything is so coached, and anyway.
He give me attention. Yes. Or, like, nonstop. 911, 911. He's not going to call 911. I can verify this.
Of course you can.
Yes, it's his way of get off the phone. Your attention, yeah. Or he's first grabbing my wallet.
Well, if I put the two together, calling 911 and grabbing your wallet, it's probably he's calling the cops if you don't pay us our money. You know what I mean? Calling 911 and grabbing your wallet, to me it seems like, he's gonna call cops if you don't start paying us. That's what I'm getting out of it. Anyway.
He's not gonna call 911. I can verify this. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's his way of get off the phone. Your attention, yeah. Or he's first grabbing my wallet. And he's a kid craving attention.
A kid craving attention.
Make sure you're there. It's
and he looks to make sure Eric is there in the middle of the night. I mean,
he wakes up, he looks, he wants to make sure you're there. It's that kid. I don't know. I don't think we know all the levels of trauma that he's been through. I've heard what he went through school, and now in adulthood, knowing that Timmy has been abused, dude.
And we all know who's abused him the worst in his life. Anyway, as you can see, saying that Timmy needs attention, so he calls 911 and grabs his wallet. And now the story has changed why he's running from Airbnb to Airbnb with Timmy, putting Timmy in harm's way. Blaming him for the 911 and all this other stuff. I don't buy it. Like I said, don't buy it. I thought he probably is going to try to, in case anybody knows there's cops there, he's trying to explain ahead of time. Oh, well, they were there because Timmy kept calling him. Mm-hmm.
I'm up in this strange town in West Virginia where I had gone away from my house and my family for weeks. And now I'm being told that Charlie Kirk has been shot and he was killed. Guys, at this point in time, I had to leave an Airbnb that I was at, one, because it was trash. Yes, I got the video and everything needs to be shown.
What about the bugs?
And it will be gave to the appropriate people, and they'll get it whenever it's needed. There's people that will gladly speak up.
What about the weird smell and the beetles?
They're the ones that made me aware of it. But while I was up there, people found where I was staying at my Airbnb. They came and supported me. Eric, we're worried. You're uncovering something that's really big. You had no idea what you got yourself involved in. But that freaked me out. How did you know where I was? We went to another Airbnb that was owned by the people that had to clean the Airbnb that got trashed. But they know I took care of the people where I was staying.
Give a bunch of extra money.
I was there at the new Airbnb 10 minutes in the middle of the woods, guys, out in the middle of nowhere, before someone found me. They came, again, they was there to support, give me a house, let us take you out to eat. The only thing that was going through my mind is, how did you know where I was? And now I'm in a public place when I find out that Charlie Kirk was shot.
And so he's dragging Timmy through this. And he's wondering why Timmy's picking at his head and is a nervous wreck and calling 911. If he did call 911, it's probably because all these people he's being chased by. Probably wants to go home. Can you imagine? And he's talking about his own family putting him through stress and abuse and trauma. What kind of trauma did he go through being chased by all these people, seeing you freaking out? And you said you were all this police contact, and now it's Timmy that called the police? Like I said, it just, where there's smoke, there's fire. And I think there's a lot more to this 911 call. There's a lot more to all of this than we see. But as you can see right here, the story changed. Went from beetles and weird smells to being chased by people he's not telling us who. Anyway, thanks for listening. I think that's all I'm going to do on this one. But I do want to say, if you ever watch these videos, watch how, like I just showed a demonstration, how Timmy would say something. He said, oh yeah, tell him more, tell him more, tell him more. Like he understands it all. And he'll tell you what he says, and he doesn't agree. Anyway, I think they've all been master manipulated. Every last one of them, actually. Anyway, thanks for watching. Peace.